sale price. I don't know what to say.
You don't have to say anything. I should be the one who's apologizing to you for not telling you a long time ago.
You and Nola love each other?
Yes, we're planning to get married as soon as she irons out some of these problems that she's been having. But now that I know about the baby...
Do you mean that you're the person that she was sneaking out at all hours to go and see? Oh, Floyd, are you telling me the truth?
Of course, I wouldn't lie to you about that.
Well, why can't you look me in the eye?
Well, I'm just thinking about Nola. I mean, there she is, thinking she's in trouble, all alone, afraid to tell me.
I just want to know one thing, Floyd. Why did Nola keep her feelings about you a secret for so long?
I don't know if you know this, Bea, but Nola's been seeing Dr. McIntyre at the hospital. She's a psychologist, a sex therapist.
I don't know what that has to do with Nola not telling me about her feelings, or you telling me soon.
Well, I wanted to, but Dr. McIntyre advised Nola that it would be bad for our relationship if she told everyone.
Why?
I don't know. I never understood it myself. But she said that it would ruin Nola's progress. And Nola told me I had to keep our relationship a complete secret. So I did. I love her, Bea.
Oh, poor Floyd.
Oh, don't say that. It couldn't be further from the truth. Everything's going to work out fine now. As soon as I find her, wherever she is up in the mountains, I'm going to take her into my arms, and I'm going to tell her that I'm happy that she's having our baby. And then we'll get married right away. Everything's going to work out. You'll see, Bea.
Not if Nola's gone to do what I think she's gone to do.
What are you talking about?
Floyd, I think Nola's gone away somewhere to have an abortion. I better go and call Tony. Maybe he'll know what to do. Tony?
Darlene, you know, you'd make this whole thing a lot easier if you put the damn groceries down.
Come on, I got things in here that are going to spoil if I don't get them into your fridge right away.
Who cares?
Besides, didn't you tell me you were real hungry?
Oh, I am.
You men are all alike. You're all animals.
Yeah, you just love every minute of it, don't you?
I'll take these to the kitchen. You answer your phone.
No, I tell you what, I'll take these. Neither one of us will answer the phone. Now, where were we? Well, now what's the matter?
I can't. Not with that phone ringing off the wall.
Look, sit down. You know, you're the one that's off the wall. Yeah?
Oh, Tony, thank God you answered. I was just about to hang up.
What's the matter? Ma, you sound upset.
Oh, everything's wrong.
Well, tell me about it. I mean, I don't know.
I'm frightened to death that Nola's gone off to have an abortion.
Come on, what makes you think that?
She's gone, Tony. And I just found out who the man is.
Who, the married guy that got her pregnant? Well, who is he, Ma? You got to tell me who he is, because when I get my hands on
Tony.
this...
It's Floyd. And, he loves Nola and he wants
To marry her.
Floyd? Floyd Parker?
Miss Reardon, perhaps you ought to go back to Springfield and think this over for a few days and then call me with your decision.
No, I've already made my decision. I thought about having the abortion before I made the appointment with you.
But you don't seem to be as certain about your decision now. I saw it in your eyes before when I was discussing the time of the operation, and the nurse who was with you this afternoon, she sensed the same thing. Now, you're about to take an irreversible step. You must be absolutely sure of your
Look, I
conviction.
am sure. I'm very sure. Doctor, I'm young, you know. I mean, I've got my whole life ahead of me, right? And I just don't want to be an unwed mother with a baby to take care of. No, I don't want that. So I'm ready.
All right. I'll tell the nurse to prep you for surgery, and I'll go ahead as planned.
Great, thank you.
presented by High Point decaffeinated coffee with the hearty, robust flavor to...
I'm telling you, Tony, Nola will never forgive herself if we don't find her and stop her before it's too late.
Well, just hang on a second. I'm still trying to deal with the fact that Floyd's the father. Are you sure?
Of course I am. Tony, Floyd is convinced that she didn't tell him she was pregnant because he thinks she was trying to trap him into marrying her.
We've got to find her before she does something she's going to regret.
Ma, look, I got somebody here now.
Tony, what is...
More important, your little sister or Darlene?
Ma, it's not that simple. You know, that's not the problem. If I knew where to look, I would. But you know what Nola's like. She could be anywhere now.
Tony,
Listen, I don't know if this is any kind of a clue, but you remember she was saying that she wanted to go to Hartford Mills to have the baby?
Look, number one, we don't know that she's in Hartford Mills. Number two, it'd take me a couple hours to get up there before I could even start looking. Look, we're not getting anywhere like this. Why don't I just come over there so we can talk, okay?
All right, Tony, but hurry.
Damn it.
Where are you going?
Darlene, don't give me any grief, huh? My sister's in trouble and my mom needs my help.
What were you saying about Hartford Mills?
Come on, I don't remember.
Tony, don't lie to me. I'm just trying to help. Because if Nola's in the kind of trouble I think she is, and she's gone up to Hartford Mills, I think I might know where.
What do you know? Well, what do you know about this thing, Darlene? Tell me, damn it.
Okay. Remember I told you I was having lunch with Gracie Middleton and Nola came along? Yeah, well, Gracie was asking me all these questions about if I knew a doctor that did abortions and all, and how much he charged.
What's the doctor's name?
Dr. Russo. I don't know his first name, though.
Yeah, Hartford Mills, please. Yeah, have you got a number for a Dr. Russo? No, I don't know his first name. Come on, how many Dr. Russos could there be in Hartford Mills? Yeah, I'll wait. You say one word about this to anybody, I make...
Who am I going to tell? I told Gracie and Nola that my sister had been up to see a doctor up there because she already had 4 kids.
What was that? 6151. Okay, thank you.
Did you get the number?
Yeah.
What about dinner?
Look, you go ahead and fix dinner, and if I make it back in time, fine. If not, you eat and throw the rest in the freezer.
Doctor's office.
Yeah, is Dr. Russo there? This is an emergency.
I'm sorry, but the doctor isn't available at the moment.
Well, who's this?
This is the answering service. The doctor's in surgery at the moment, and his receptionist left for the day.
This is an emergency. I got to talk to him.
Well, sir, I should be hearing from Dr. Russo within the hour. Would you like to leave your name and number, and I'll have him get back to you?
No. Damn it. Sweetheart, we'll see you later, all right?
Yeah, I'll wait for you here till I hear from you.
Yeah, have fun.
I hope you catch Nola in time.
So do I. Broad on the phone said the doctor's in surgery. I just hope that doesn't mean that he's doing his number on Nola. Be good, huh?
Floyd, I wish I could say something to make you feel better, but Tony's on his way over. He'll know what to do.
What good can Tony do if we're too late and Nola's already had the abortion?
Say that.
Oh, I don't understand why she was afraid to tell me that she was pregnant. I mean, she knows that I love her.
Oh, maybe she wasn't afraid, Floyd. Maybe there was some other reason.
Like what?
I don't know. I don't think Nola knows what goes on in her own mind half the time.
Susan Lane and her daughter.
I think I'm going to have a drink. Would you care to join me?
No, thanks. Actually, if I can't talk to Alan, I'd just soon go back to the hotel and change for dinner. Oh, I really should apologize to you for not inviting you out to dinner, but we'll do it soon, I promise you. I know just how lonely it can be, being new in a brand new city. Well, to tell you the honest truth, I haven't had a chance to get lonely, at least not yet. Ross Marler has been a one-man welcome wagon. He has taken me to lunch and dinner every day since I've been here. And today, we're going first to his brother's house for a drink, and then we're going to dinner. Well, good for you, Carrie. I beg your pardon? Ross was very, involved with Vanessa Chamberlain for the longest time. And then he developed an absolute fascination for this bland little shop girl type. Excuse me, Diane. Ross Marler and I are not very involved, or very anything for that matter. I like him, I think he likes me, and we enjoy spending time together, and that's really where the story begins and ends.
Well, I am delighted to hear it all the same.
Excuse me, Diane. Oh, how are you, Miss Todd?
Carrie, please.
What?
I'm just fine. Thank you, Henry.
Are you enjoying working here?
I am very much. But I must be going. If you'll both excuse me, Henry, it's a pleasure to see you. Diane, good night.
Good night. Nice girl.
Well, what can I do for you?
I left several messages for you today. Didn't you get any of them?
Oh, yes, I got them all, but I've been very busy.
Yes, I'm always very busy, but I somehow manage to return people's calls.
Henry, if you are unhappy with me, or with anything else around here, why don't you just complain to Alan?
Miss Ballard, Alan told me today that his father's papers and correspondence are locked away in a storeroom in the basement here, and you have a key?
Yes, that's right. I have the only key. Why?
Well, Alan said he was keeping those letters in case a biographer might want them as reference material for a biography of Brandon.
Mm-hmm.
And he told me that if there were any personal letters of mine among them, that I could remove them before some eager beaver biographer started working on them.
Uh-huh. Well, one day when I have a spare minute or two, we'll go over those files together.
That won't be necessary. I can go through them all. It'll probably take some time.
Oh, no, not really. You see, Brandon's secretary went through all of his papers and filed them neatly away before Alan moved all that stuff into the storeroom. So, as I said, when I have the time to take you down there, I'm sure that you'll find all of your personal letters in no time. If, as you say, Brandon even kept them.
Thank you. Oh, and I would appreciate your finding the time as quickly as possible. Oh, Alan. Well,
you're here awfully late.
Well, I'm just going. Good night, all.
Well, how did your talk go with Bert?
Fine.
How's Hope?
She's all right, I guess. There was an urgent call from her while I was talking to Bert, which was a little alarming, but when Bert got back, she said Hope simply wanted to invite her to dinner, which was a great relief.
Alan, no, you just have to learn to relax again.
Easier said than done.
Were you this nervous when Elizabeth was pregnant with Philip?
Now, there's a question to help me relax. Where did that come from?
Oh, I think it's a logical one. After all, from what you told me, Elizabeth had a very difficult pregnancy. You and her doctor were close friends, weren't you? I think that's so interesting. As a matter of fact, I've always been curious about something.
What's that?
Were you and Paul Lacrosse friendly before he became Elizabeth's doctor, or did you get to know each other?
Diane, did you take this message from Jennifer?
Yes. She wanted to talk to you about the psychiatrist that you brought in to examine Amanda. Apparently, he saw her this afternoon.
And she said it went all right?
She said she was very encouraged, but she would like you to talk to her.
All right, fine. Make a note of it. I'll call him first thing in the morning.
Sure.
Oh, and I spoke to Ross, and he said he was going to redraft my will to see that Philip and Amanda got equal shares in my estate. Did he say anything to you about that?
Alan, don't you think that it would be best to wait until Hope has the baby? That way you'd only have to redo it once.
Yes, perhaps you're right.
Would you please put that away for a minute? Relax.
You can pretend all you want, Alan. I know Philip isn't really your son, or Elizabeth's either. Of course, that won't stop you from making him a rich man one day, along with Amanda and this new baby of Hope's. I've got to find a way to stop you from leaving them control of this company.
Oh, I'm sorry. Am I hurting you?
No, not at all. I'm afraid if you continue, I'll fall asleep.
Now, we will have none of that. We have a lot of work to do tonight.
I wonder why all my relationships aren't as straightforward and uncomplicated as ours is. I'll always be grateful to you for that.
Well, don't you think it's about time we started thinking about getting over to my place?
I know in my heart that Nola just went having an abortion. I just can't believe that.
So, Floyd, calm down, all right? But even if she's just thinking about it, one of us has to sit her down and talk some sense into it.
One of us? So we're talking about my baby. I'm going to be the one who's going to talk to her.
Okay, Floyd, okay. So you talk to her.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So what did the secretary say?
Secretary, I couldn't even get one. I talked to the answering service, and they said the doctor's in surgery.
Oh, great. Look, with all the time we're wasting standing around here, we could be halfway to Hartford Mills by now.
Wait, I gotta get my purse.
Ma, why don't you just stay here, and we'll call you when we let you know what's going on.
for Nola. Oh, why can't I find anything when I'm looking in a hurry? There it is.
Ma, listen, I take from what Floyd was saying that he didn't know anything about what Nola was doing with Kelly and all that?
No, of course not. And I don't want you saying a word either.
Okay, I won't, but come on, let's go before he takes off without us.
When the pain starts here, the pain stops here. When the pain starts here, the pain stops here. With the Buffered Extra Strength Relief, you'll find a new Extra Strength Bufferin, 1,000 milligrams of strong...
Well, right on time as usual. Come in, please.
Thank you very much. Carrie, this is my brother Justin.
Curious nice to meet you.
Carrie Todd.
Hi, Justin. Carrie, it's very nice to meet you. Welcome to Springfield. Thanks, Jackie.
Well, I hope we didn't upset your dinner plans.
Absolutely not. I was quite delighted when Ross said you'd invited us over. Good.
Well, come on in. Carrie, what can I get you to drink?
A glass of white wine is fine.
Ross, the usual?
Oh, yes. Let me help you.
Okay.
Carrie, why don't we sit down and let them pamper?
Sounds like a good idea.
She only gets away with that, Carrie, because she's pregnant.
No kidding. Must be wonderful carrying another life around, knowing you're totally responsible for its well-being. Yes, it is. Is it your first child? Oh, yes, as a matter of fact, our first.
And it's a toss-up as to who's more excited about it. There you go.
Thank you.
Hello. What are you doing over there?
Hi, Ross. I was just coming down.
Yeah, well, come on over here. There's someone I want you to meet. There you go, Jackson. Philip is Carrie Todd. She just moved to Springfield from Milwaukee. Carrie, Philip Pullman.
Pleased to meet you, Miss Todd.
Hello, Philip. Ross and I were talking about you on the way over. I just started working for your dad.
Oh, I'm probably going to start working for him, too, in the mailroom this summer. See, that's where my dad learned the business from my grandfather.
Planning to follow in his footsteps, are you?
Probably.
Hey, what happened to your idea of becoming a doctor?
Oh, well, I think it's my duty, since I'm my dad's only son, to take over his business someday.
Well, when did this happen?
I don't know. Well, if you and Aunt Jackie have a son, he could be the doctor.
Oh, here, come on in.
Thank you.
Now, why don't I take this food and put it in the oven to keep it warm, and I want you to take off your jacket and fix us a couple of drinks. I'll bring the ice in a minute.
Okay.
You want me to get there?
Oh, would you please?
Sure. Hello? Hello?
Who was it?
I don't know. There was someone there, but they didn't speak, and then they hung up. Maybe when they heard a man's voice, they thought they had the wrong number.
Well, it's been happening to me a lot lately. Maybe I should call the phone company, have my number changed.
Did you tell anyone that we'd be working in your apartment tonight?
I mentioned it to Carrie. I might have said something to Vanessa or Henry. I don't really remember. Why?
Well, it's foolish to feel guilty about working in your apartment, I know, but it'd probably be better not to say anything to Vanessa. She and Hope are quite close.
Oh, all right. I mean, Hope knows that our relationship is strictly business.
Well, so does Vanessa, but that wouldn't stop her from stirring up a little trouble if she had the chance.
Speaking of the Chamberlain, I had the strangest conversation with Henry just before you came into the office tonight.
Did he ask you about seeing my father's correspondence?
Yes, exactly. Something about wanting to get some letters that he'd written to Brandon out of there before they fell into the wrong hands or something.
I can't imagine why he's so worried, except I do know that he and my father used to share their deepest secrets at one time, which is almost funny considering that they would have gladly cut each other's throats if one could have bested the other in a business deal.
Well, that's what makes empires and fortunes.
It's also what makes men like my father die bitter and lonely, with no one there at the end who really cares about them. And look at the web of intrigue he left behind him. Not telling me that Amanda was my daughter and then leaving her the bulk of his estate without explaining.
Well, Alan, anyone who accomplished as much in a lifetime as your father did is bound to be a little eccentric.
The only thing my father ever accomplished was making money, and how empty all that turned out to be.
He also had you, and that was an accomplishment he was very proud of.
Yes, so proud that he devoted his life to seeing that my life ended the way his did. lonely and friendless.
Oh, now that is not true.
Of course it is. I hoped when I met Hope that it would change all of that. But now she won't even talk to me. So I might as well devote 18 hours a day to the company the way my father did.
Alan, forgive me for saying this, but you know, there just might be a woman out there somewhere who would understand the pressures of running a company like Spaulding Enterprises, who might even love you more for your success.
I'm not interested in another woman, Diane. I just want Hope to give me a second chance, and I swear to you, when she does, I'll work for the day when Amanda's well enough to take over the lion's share of responsibility with Ross's supervision. And then when Philip's out of college, they can show him the ropes, and I will bow out gracefully and spend the rest of my life with Hope, enjoying it.
Where do I fit into that picture?
I wouldn't change your position for a minute, I can promise you that. You'd just be answering to Amanda and Philip instead of to me.
Dash presents the talking washer and dryer.
But if you've turned up 3 fraudulent business deals in companies that Diane was involved with, and you think that she was connected with all of this, well, where's your proof?
Henry, she worked for those companies years ago before she even came to Spaulding Enterprises. Now, I'm not going to let up, so don't worry.
Well, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be impatient, but it is imperative that Vanessa and I maintain what little power and influence we have left in Spaulding Enterprises.
I know that, Henry. That's why I took the liberty of hiring 3 detectives on all 3 cities. But I must tell you that they're very expensive because they're the best.
Well, if you can come up with something to keep Miss Ballard in her place, doesn't matter how much it costs.
Well, I think we should find something on Alan first.
Do you mean to say you know something you haven't told me?
No, nothing new, but there was an awful lot of talk after Roger Thorpe's supposed death that Alan had been supporting him before anyone even realized he was still alive.
Oh, well, I know all those old stories about Roger Thorpe and Alan, but if that were true, Mike would have had him behind bars long since.
No, not if he didn't have the proof or doesn't know where to find it.
Are you saying that you do?
No, but if it's there and I find it, it's going to cost you a lot of money.
If you can prove that Alan was criminally involved with Roger Thorpe, then I can use that to get control of Spaulding Enterprises for Vanessa. Well, you can name your price, kid.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Oh, I have something else I want
Sure.
to take over for me.
Absolutely.
I just learned that my executive secretary in the old days in my Chicago office has died.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yes, so was I. She was, well, Stephanie was my Diane Ballard, so to speak. She was my right hand, my confidant. Then when she left the company, she moved to Mexico. And although we kept in touch for a while, well, you know how those things are.
Sure. But what exactly do you want me to do?
Well, I don't know where her family or relatives might be, and I'd like you to find out, that is, if anybody's still alive.
Well, are there death benefits for the heirs from your company?
Yes, that's exactly what it is. Stephanie Ryan, R-Y-A-N, yeah. She left what money she had in the company fund so that it would accumulate interest and be there if she ever needed it.
I see, and she never picked it up, huh?
No, that's right. So, well, just do what you can for me, will you?
Okay, absolutely. Tell me, was Ryan her married name?
No. She never married.
Okay, then in records and obituary, things like that, it would be under the name of Stephanie Ryan.
Yes, that's right.
Well, I guess that the best thing to do would be to put in a missing persons ad in all the major papers across the country.
No, I don't want that. No. Don't want this public.
Henry, how am I going to find out if there are any heirs or other living relatives?
Joseph, I don't care how you find out. Just find out. Do it quickly and quietly, and then report back to me. And to nobody else. Not even to Vanessa.
Are you sure you don't want to take the tour with us, then?
No, I see enough of that garden every weekend.
Oh, complain. How about you, Ross?
Oh, no, I'm going to... Thank you, but I just came here to have a chat with you.
All right. See you in a few minutes.
What do you think? She's something, isn't she?
She's quite a woman. You know, it amazes me how easy she is with people. I mean, she walked in here 5 minutes later. She's talking to you. She's talking to Jackie. She's talking to Philip like she's known all of you for years.
Well, she does have a very easy way about her, and she's a good listener. Seems to be genuinely interested in what other people have to say.
Yeah. I just love seeing her with people.
Well, I enjoyed watching you this evening.
Why?
I think it's kind of good to see you let your guard down and relax and talk about something else other than Spaulding Enterprises and Amanda McFerrin.
Listen, Justin, that is not the half of it. I can't concentrate on any of my work anymore. I'm sitting there in my office staring at my watch, counting how many hours I have left until I pick Carrie up for lunch, for dinner.
Well, good for you, Ross. I think it's about time you learned to relax a little.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Oh, before they come back, there's something I have to tell you. Alan wants a new will drawn up, leaving half of his holdings in the company to Amanda, of course, but the other half to Philip.
Why in the hell doesn't he wait until Hope has her baby and then he can rewrite them?
Oh, I don't know. Don't ask me, but I can tell you one thing. He's really pushing to get it done. I just thought you should know what he's up to, so if the day ever comes when you and Jackie decide to tell Philip the truth, no.
Well, we'll tell Philip when we think he can handle it. But if Alan insists on leaving the boy half of his money, there's really nothing I can do about it, right?
The little plot of earth I have behind my new rented carriage house is about 1/10 the size of your garden, and I will never get it half as beautiful.
Oh, watch yourself, Carrie. Before you know it, Justin will have you out there helping him weed and hoe.
That is fine with me. I would love to get my hands in that beautiful garden.
Now, don't make an offer like that unless you really mean it.
Carrie never says anything that she doesn't mean. Okay, on that silver note, I think we should get out of here before we lose our table. Yeah.
Well, it was a pleasure meeting you both, and I really hope we see each other soon.
Now, Carrie, if you're really serious about helping me in that garden, just let me know when.
Saturday?
Saturday'd be fine.
Okay, well, let me make a note so I don't forget my purse. I can't believe I almost walked out of here without my purse.
You know, I think next time you should keep your notebook with you, and that way you'll be able to make a note as to exactly where this purse is.
I don't find that funny, Ross.
Well, then I'll help you look for it.
Good.
Is this your purse?
Well, it's not yours. Okay, now, Saturday, right?
Right.
Let me check. I am available on Saturday. I will be gardening with Justin. As soon as I open the page, okay. Is 10 o'clock too early?
10 o'clock's just fine.
Great.
I dream that we're married and we have this nice one-bedroom apartment. And I'm sitting there, I'm watching the tube, and you come running in, and you run up to me, and you say, I'm going to have a baby. Nola, can you believe that? A baby. I mean, whether that's a dream or not, that just makes me so happy.
Well, it is only a dream, Floyd.
Yeah, I know, but I think that it'd be nice to be a reality. I mean, I know I could be a good husband and a good father. And, well, especially if we had a little girl. Well, I want her to look just like you. She'd be so pretty. Nola, why didn't you tell me? Why?
My mom always says,
A penny saved is a penny earned.
Floyd, what you doing here? How did you find me?
That's a long story. We got here as fast as we could.
We who?
Your mom and your brother are outside. They're talking with the doctor. He said that you're recuperating. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
Why didn't you tell me, Noah?
I couldn't, Floyd. I couldn't.
I love you so much. You know that I'd never think that you got pregnant so you could trap me into marrying you?
Please don't.
No, please, just let me say something. I still love you. Someday we can have another baby.
Didn't Dr. Russo tell you?
Tell me what? You're all right, aren't you, Nola?
Yeah.
What? Please tell me.
They took me down to the operating room and they started to give me an anesthetic and I didn't have an abortion. I didn't have it.
You're still gonna have our baby? Ow! I was praying all the way up here that something like that would happen. Oh, no, everything's gonna be all right now. I promise.
Listen, I really liked this Carrie Todd. What did you think?
I thought she was wonderful. But, of course, how can you help but like someone who has such a positive approach to life? I mean, and such an enthusiasm about everything in the world.
She certainly does. Listen, you know Evie a lot better than I do. How do you think she's going to react when she finds out that Ross is seeing her on a regular basis?
I'm not sure. Evie's very fond of Ross. She always has been, always will be. I think she gave up on the possibility of anything permanent between them after Vanessa told her about something that Ross did. And ever since then, she just hasn't been able to really trust him. Or at least that's what she told me.
Well, if I were Evie, I wouldn't believe anything Vanessa had to say, or take it too seriously.
Evidently, Ross confirmed it, so she had to believe it.
Well, let's just keep our fingers crossed that my brother Ross doesn't miss this opportunity.
Let's hear you talk. They're ready to walk right down the aisle.
Haven't you ever heard of love at first sight?
Only once. First time I met you.
Don't you ever stop. Because I don't know what I'd do if you ever stopped loving me.
I never will. And if you don't believe me, in another month, there'll be a brand new Marlar in the world to prove it.
Well, that's the nicest thing that could happen.
Sarah Tucker, there's a rainbow on your table.
Oh, that's my new dessert. Rainbow in a cloud, made with Cool Whip and Jell-O gelatin. You get fruitiness and creaminess in every spoonful.
How do you make it, Sarah?
It's easy. Just swirl in fresh-tasting Cool Whip and spoon in your favorite flavor of Jell-O gelatin.
Two delicious tastes in every bite.
I love rainbows.
Rainbow in a cloud from Cool Whip non-dairy whipped topping and Jell-O brand gelatin.
The traffic.
I can't read
The boss. The baby. The dog. That does it. Calgon, take me away.
Lose your cares in the luxury of a Calgon bath. Calgon softens the water to leave skin feeling silky smooth as it lifts your spirits. The soft, luxurious, fragrant world of Calgon.
I love it.
Pamper yourself with a Calgon bath. Lose yourself in luxury.
Wow. A D look that's dynamite. A C look that's captivating. A B look that's beautiful. Presenting 3 fabulous Support Can Be Beautiful bras from Playtex. A support bra that's light and lacy. A support bra that's sleek and smoothing. A support bra that's edged and elegant. For a look that's dynamite, captivating, beautiful. Wow. Support Can Be Beautiful bras from Playtex. Now on sale. Save 20%.
Miss Wilson, you have arthritis?
Oh, yeah.
Then watch this pain reliever comparison.
Oh, they're all the same.
Let's see.
2 regular tablets, 650 milligrams. These other pain relievers also, 650 milligrams. 650 milligrams. But this one is different, 800 milligrams.
Anacin has more pain reliever.
And a special combination of ingredients. Anacin gives hours of relief from minor arthritis pain.
I'm getting Anacin.
Tablets or capsules, get the Anacin difference. This week on The Young and the Restless.
I need you so badly.
I know how you feel.
Lance and Lori rekindle the flames of a love that refuses to die.
And you come back. And you're spending the night with him.
And
No! Run! Rex! Don't come any closer.
Shut up! Shut the door. Now, or she dies.
powerful drama on The Young and the Restless and Search for Tomorrow, this week on CBS.
Well, I consider myself an amateur expert on the subject, so I can safely say this is probably one of the finest French provincial restaurants I've ever eaten in.
Wait a minute. What, pray tell, is an amateur expert?
An amateur expert is someone who has not technically been there to sample the food themselves, but would be perfectly willing to cook up something and let you judge for yourself as soon as I get my kitchen in order.
Ah. Well, in that case, I accept. You've never been to France?
No, but I'd love to.
You know, I find that very strange. I mean, in a job like yours, I would think you'd have been around the world at least twice by now.
Nothing that glamorous, except what I heard Diane say today is that I'm going to be flying around the country meeting all the art directors from the various Spalding branches.
Oh, well, sometime or another, then you'll probably be in Chicago.
Yeah? She said Chicago. Why?
Oh, my sister, Laney, and her new husband, they live there now. You know, I think you should give Laney a call. I think you'd like her.
If she's anything like you or your brother, I'm sure I will.
Well, I don't know if she is or she isn't. But why don't you make a note to that effect so that when you get to Chicago, you know what you're doing?
You really like to kid me about that notebook, don't you?
Look, the only reason I do that is because I'm very jealous of your organizational ability.
Are you putting me on?
Why would you say that?
Because I'm not organized. I couldn't even find my purse at your brother's house.
You couldn't even find your airline ticket on the day that you were going back to Milwaukee.
Well, I'm right then. You are putting me on.
No, not at all. Look, may I say something to prove that?
Sure.
The more I'm around you, the more I wonder why some intelligent, good-looking fellow hasn't snapped you up and married you long ago. I said something wrong.
No. But may I say something? Two things, in fact.
Sure.
First of all, what you said was very complimentary. And, as I said before, compliments embarrass me, and that's the slight blush you see.
It's very becoming. What's the second thing?
You have incredibly beautiful eyes. You react exactly the way I do to compliments.
Mm.
It's nice. I like it, Ross.
Oh, nice. A grown man blushing in a public place. Thanks, anyway.
Thank you for a wonderful evening. Ross, I'm afraid it's getting to be that time.
Hmm? Yeah, well, it's a little after 11:30.
It's 11:30, Ross. I've got to be up at the crack of dawn, please.
All right. Let me get the check and then get you home. Yeah? Can we get a check? What are you looking for now?
I'll find it. Don't worry.
Lord, don't tell me you've lost your purse again.
No, I haven't lost my purse. I either left it in the bathroom or maybe I left it in the car. But just do me a favor and save all your smart remarks for when I've really lost something, okay? I just have to think about this for You had it all along. Nice, Ross. Why didn't you tell me?
Didn't ask.
Alan, it is just silly for you to go all the way back to your club when you could easily just sleep right here on the sofa. Lord knows you've done it before.
Oh, thank you. But if Hope called for any reason, or Bert, I want to be able to get back to them.
Well, you can call your club for your messages. All right, I won't push.
Well, thank you for working so late, and thank you for your hospitality.
And thank you for our takeout Chinese dinner.
Oh, nothing but the best.
Mm-hmm.
It was the least I could do since you gave up your evening to help me catch up on my business.
Our business. So, same time, same place tomorrow night?
If you don't mind.
Trust me, I don't mind a bit.
Thank you. You're a good friend. Good night.
Good night.
Drive carefully.
I'm praying for the day when Amanda's well enough to take over the lion's share of my responsibilities. And then when Philip's out of college, she can teach him the ropes.
Sounds wonderful. Where do I fit in?
You'll just be answering to Amanda and Philip instead of me.
Oh, no, Alan, that is not the way I see it at all. Thank God I saved these tapes to protect myself from that day ever happening.
Why don't you just relax in here with your brother? I'll go into the kitchen to help Floyd.
Ma, he just went in there to get a glass of milk for Nola.
Well, he's probably hungry. I'll make some sandwiches. Nola, I'm awfully glad you didn't go through with the abortion.
Yeah.
Things looking a little better for you now, huh?
Around here? You must be kidding.
Nola, listen to me. You better grab this chance to get yourself out of this mess and marry Floyd before he finds out about what went on with Kelly. If he ever finds out about that, he'll never marry you.
So what if I don't want to marry Floyd?
Then you're stupid. Nola, will you listen to me? Look, if you do the right thing now, all those people at the hospital who know what went on with Kelly are going to think, okay, here's a girl that made some mistakes. She's willing to make it up to the people she hurt and make things right for her baby.
Well, I don't care what they think.
Well, you care what Kelly Nelson thinks. And if you do the honorable thing, even Kelly will forgive you in time.
Look, Tony, I'm not asking for forgiveness from anybody.
Nola, you're in trouble. You understand me? Big trouble. You only got one way out of this thing, one way. And his name is Floyd Parker.
Did you call me, Tony?
No, Floyd, well, I was just going to help Mom with the sandwiches, I guess.
I'm real sorry I got so emotional at the hospital. But I thought that you, well...
Well, look, I know what you thought. Let's not go through it all again, okay? I'm not feeling so good.
I really meant what I said before. I want us to get married right away. That way nobody will know about the pregnancy except Mom and Tony. I'm sorry with everything else going on. I know how much you like the romance and all. Nola, what I'm trying to say is that I love you more than ever. And I know that I can make you happy. Or at least try. Marry me, Nola. Be my wife.
The best way to fight acne is...
This has been the award-winning Guiding Light. Fashions provided by Lily Rubin Salon, South-Southwest.